my name is Kelsey James, and this is my informative speech. Here are my live audience members. Okay. Do you ever hear that sound and genuinely get excited? Whenever you're little, the sound tends to mean time out is over for you, but whenever you are an adult, you know that some kind of food is coming soon. In this case, the food is cupcakes. To make the perfect cupcake, you must prepare them, bake them, and then put the final touches on them. Making cupcakes can be difficult, but can be made easily with these few steps. First, you must prepare your cupcakes. You know, gathering all of your ingredients and such. Well, this is the first step in making cupcakes. You must go to the store and pick out what kind of cupcakes you're wanting to make. You have to decide what flavor of cake, what flavor of icing, and most importantly, what color sprinkles you want to do as well. Once you finally decide, you can take it home and you would think it would just be a piece of cake from there on out. Well, baking cupcakes isn't all too difficult. It does require some focused effort. It starts with bringing your ingredients to room temperature. According to lifeasastrawberry.com, bringing the ingredients to room temperature will help you help the process of baking easier. It will soften the ingredients so it'll mix easier and bake easier. Measuring all the extras perfectly is also a very important step as well. So for example, if my ingredients called for a cup of water, I would use a cup of water, not 2 cups of water. Or if it called for 3 eggs, I wouldn't use 4 eggs. Also, mixing and pouring the batter is also an important step. If the instructions called for mixing by hand for at least 2 minutes, I would mix for 2 minutes, not 3. And I would mix by hand, not by using an electric mixer. Also, when it's time to fill the cupcake cups up, measure out an even amount to make sure that everyone is even so they bake evenly. Secondly, you have to know how to bake your cupcakes. You have to make sure the oven is on the correct setting, of course. You have to make sure it's on bake, not broil. You have to make sure it's on 350, not 450. And you also have to make sure you're using the correct pan. So for example, you know there's always non-stick pans and glass pans and all those pans that you really don't know what they're for. But it'll usually tell you what pan to use for the cupcakes. Positioning the cupcakes is also very important as well. So the pros usually recommend that you put the pan in the center of the oven to avoid uneven cooking and to make sure that they don't get burnt. Pulling them out of the oven and letting them cool is also a vital step as well. You want to make sure that you leave them in for the right time, but you don't want to pull them out too quickly. According to bakingbites.com, wire racks are an essential part of baking. They also prevent the food from becoming mushy. So that is them on a little tray. So finally, you have to put the icing on the cupcakes. You have to make sure the cupcakes have completely cooled, because if you don't do them and make sure that they're completely cooled, then it'll catch on the cake and it won't be a pretty cupcake anymore. According to PillsburyBaking.com, 1 can of frosting should cover about 24 to 30 cupcakes. Secondly, you must put the sprinkles on. Make sure you evenly disperse the sprinkles so that the presentation is appealing, because nobody wants to eat a nasty cupcake. And last, you must store the cupcake. The reason you need to store them properly is so they don't become gross and dry. Using a container with a lid, usually a plastic container or a glass container, should do. Cupcakes can last a few days on the counter before they go stale. In conclusion, this is how you make cupcakes. To make the perfect cupcake, you have to know how to prepare the cupcake, bake the cupcake, and how to finalize your cupcake. So now it's time to enjoy one of the yummy cupcakes.